Hey, how's it, Cowboy Buzz here? How you doing? So it's the Cowboys versus the Cardinals, old school NFC East gauntlet still going on. Man, the margin for error for the playoffs is very, very little. I know we clinched. I know the divisions is out, division titles is out of the way, but the seeding is the margin of error is really, really, really small. You know, we hold the number two seed, but if the Packers were to falter and we went out, we get the number one seed. But if we lose and everybody else win, we could fall as to the fourth seed. So there's a lot of games left to be played and all that stuff. So yeah, um, and the Cardinals. I mean, they're to me they're gonna be in they're gonna be in the playoffs. So I feel like we need to win this game, not to give them any leg up on us, because what if we have to face them again? I don't want to give them any confidence going into that game. Look like more likely we're gonna be playing in Dallas, so you don't want to give them any confidence going into our place any more than we already did. I mean, we already got blown out by them by last year, so you know. And like I said, they have a lot of talent. I mean, AJ Green, Chase Edmonds, Christian Kirk, Zach Ertz, who's given us tons of headaches. Kyler Murray, who's been an amazing quarterback. And you know how these Texas boys are, man. When they come home to Texas, they really want to show out. And their defense, Chandler Jones, Buda Baker, another kid that a lot of Cowboy fans want to draft was Xavier Collins and all that. So you know, glad we took Michael Parsons. Um, but yeah, I mean, and I thought in the beginning of the year, I mean, even though the stakes has changed and all that, but it's still, I think still that this is a crucial game. I thought the only difference was is that I thought we needed this game to win just to win our division and all that. So, but but I still think that Cardinals are a very dangerous team and all that. Just really quick, just going back to our contrast of our rivalry as far as the NFC East goes, and it kind of lives on to this day, in a sense of how these teams are looked upon. Um, I remember them more as St. Louis Cardinals, but when they first moved to Arizona, I mean, that's why I want to talk about it, because this remembering John Madden and all that, and then Pat Summerall, you know, they mentioned in a couple of their games that they played against each other, especially in Arizona. It was basically home game, home playoff, home games for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys didn't have to worry about crowd noise and all that, because basically they were at home and everything, and that lived on for a lot of years. So a lot of times the Cardinals, they get overlooked, and it goes on true to this day. I mean, I think that Cardinals are a good team, but but um but you just look, they was undefeated for a lot of these games, and when Cowboys was winning, who got all attention? The Cowboys. But this is the only difference, though. When the Cowboys lose, the Cowboys get piled on. Cardinals, they barely, anybody barely win. I mean, they get the things like, oh, well, D Hop is missing, or D Hop is really missed, or he's looking a little bit more beat up, as the year goes on. We don't get that. It's just Cowboys suck right now. That's it. So yeah. So so why don't they get the attention that when they should be given credit for? They don't get the criticism that we get. So yeah. So, and it's always been that way. So but anyway, this really took a theory of mine. Recently got into my head last night, but but I wanted to talk about this whole competition thing within the offense and the defense, and I love it. I think it's really helped the offense out. I think it's like it's them to focus, and what it does is it's bring the team closer. You know, and I love that D Law was the one that bring it up. Because a lot of years, he was part of the teams where when we went to the playoffs, it's all the offense, always the offense. Defense was just along for the ride, and then every time the we got a key injury like Romo, Zeke got suspended, um, Dak got injured. Everything was blamed on blamed on the defense. There was nothing. I mean, look at last year. We got ran off by the Cardinals. We got ran off the field, and it was like, oh yeah. And what was the saving grace this year? Well, hopefully our offense can play at a high level. And now that the defense has a big reason why we're so successful. I love that. I love the fact that D-Law is like using that as to like kind of this to call out the whole team, and not in a bad way. It's just like I bet you we get more takeaways than you guys get touchdowns, and that guys and Zeke guys is like all the offense is like, wait, what you said? So it gives a competition within the team, and no disrespect for the other team, the opponents. They all do this, but then I love the fact that it's really get like there's an actual bet going on, and it's made public, and all that. So it started off from. I mean, to me, it was kind of funny when the Giants game sounds of the sidelines when D-Law looked at Dak and went like, well, somebody got to win this competition, and he looked at Dak like, we winning. And then when the offense had an explosion, you saw how it came to a boil where the special teams touchdown happened, and D-Law is like, no, we own that one. No, hell no, you don't get that one. We got that one. And Pollard and Slam was like, no, that's the offensive player who got the block punt. So I love it. I think it brings the team closer. I think it kind of kills out that outside noise, and they're holding each other accountable. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, that's my video. Mahalo for watching. Paniolo boys. Who you with? You know who I'm with? I'm with the Dallas Cowboys.